Admiral Taiho stood on the command deck of the Galactic Confederation flagship, staring at the blue-green planet on the view screen. Earth. A primitive world by their standards, yet somehow it had caught the attention of the Confederation's High Council. "Prepare the diplomatic team," he ordered. His second-in-command, Officer Do-hyun, nodded and relayed the command. The humans had only achieved basic interplanetary travel. Their technology was centuries behind the Confederation's. This mission should be simple: offer them protection in exchange for resources and loyalty. Most species eagerly accepted. The first meeting took place in a hastily constructed neutral facility orbiting Earth's moon. Lieutenant Commander Jisoo Park entered the chamber with a small team of Earth representatives. She wore a simple blue uniform with minimal decorations, but walked with surprising confidence. "Welcome to our solar system," she said, bowing slightly. "Earth is honored by your visit." Taiho did not return the gesture. "The Galactic Confederation has observed your civilization for some time. We offer you protection and guidance in exchange for your allegiance." Jisoo smiled. "We appreciate your offer, Admiral. However, Earth wishes to establish relations as equals, not as subordinates." A murmur ran through the Confederation delegates. Most species understood their place when first contacted. These humans were showing unexpected boldness. "Perhaps you misunderstand," Taiho said. "We are not suggesting a choice. The Confederation extends its protection to all developing worlds. Your technology is primitive. Your defenses inadequate. We offer structure and safety." Jisoo's smile didn't waver. "Admiral, with respect, Earth has its own path. We welcome new friends among the stars, but we will maintain our independence." Taiho felt his patience wearing thin. "Your species lacks the logical foundation for true advancement. Your emotions make you unpredictable and dangerous. The Confederation cannot allow an unstable element in this sector." The negotiations continued for 3 days. The humans remained polite but firm in their refusal to submit. Taiho received new orders from the High Council. Demonstrate the Confederation's power, a necessary step with stubborn species. "You have 24 hours to reconsider," Taiho informed Jisoo at the end of the 3rd day. "After that, we will be forced to demonstrate why cooperation is in Earth's best interest." Jisoo's eyes narrowed slightly, but her voice remained calm. "We hope you will choose wisdom over force, Admiral." The next day, the Confederation deployed what they called minimal deterrent measures against an uninhabited area in Earth's Pacific Ocean. 3 ships moved into position, charging their energy cannons. Taiho watched from the command center, expecting the usual outcome: a display of overwhelming power followed by quick surrender. This method had worked on 17 different species. The ships fired. A brilliant beam of energy shot toward the ocean target. Then something unexpected happened. A shimmering field appeared, intercepting the beams. The energy dispersed harmlessly into the atmosphere. "Impossible," whispered Do-hyun. Before Taiho could issue new orders, small objects launched from Earth's surface. They moved faster than any human craft previously observed. "Defensive measures," Taiho shouted, but it was too late. The objects attached to the Confederation ships. Instead of exploding, they simply disabled the weapon systems with precise, targeted electromagnetic pulses. The communication screen lit up. Jisoo's face appeared, still wearing that calm smile. "Admiral Taiho, I believe there has been a misunderstanding. We hope to avoid this demonstration." "How did you—" Taiho began, struggling to understand what had happened. Earth's technology was supposed to be primitive. We've maintained certain advantages in secrecy. A small world like ours learns to be cautious. Taiho felt a chill. The intelligence reports had clearly been flawed. "The Confederation will not tolerate this deception," he said, trying to regain control of the situation. "This was not deception, Admiral, merely prudence." Jisoo leaned forward slightly. "Your ships can leave our system safely once you agree to respect our boundaries. We truly do wish for peaceful relations." Taiho glared at the screen. "The High Council will hear of this resistance." "We would welcome proper diplomatic relations with your council," Jisoo replied. "But know this. What you witnessed today was a measured response. That was unfortunate. Fortunately, you haven't even met the beast yet. The transmission ended, leaving Taiho staring at a blank screen. The beast? Do-hyun asked quietly. What weapon could they be hiding? Taiho didn't answer. He was already composing his report to the High Council. These humans were not what they appeared to be. Their technology was far more advanced than expected, and now they had mentioned something called the Beast. As the Confederation ships retreated to a safe distance, Taiho made a silent vow. He would discover what this beast was. His reputation, perhaps his entire career, now depended on it. Word of humanity's resistance spread quickly through the Galactic Confederation. Admiral Taiho faced uncomfortable questions from the High Council. How had Earth, a supposedly primitive planet, neutralized their weapons so easily? And what was this mysterious beast the human representative had mentioned? I require more resources for intelligence gathering, Taiho told the council. The humans are hiding something significant. The High Elder, a tall, gray-skinned being named Minsu, leaned forward. You believe this beast is a weapon system? It must be, Taiho replied. Nothing else explains their confidence against our forces. The council granted his request. Over the next 3 months, Taiho directed a massive intelligence operation focused on Earth. Stealth probes monitored communications. Disguised agents walked among humans in major cities. Orbital scanners mapped energy signatures across the planet. Commander Hyun, Taiho's chief intelligence officer, entered his quarters with the latest report. Her expression showed concern. Admiral, we've analyzed all data from the Earth observation network, she said. There is no evidence of any superweapon in their databases or infrastructure. Taiho frowned. That's impossible. Search again. We've done 17 complete scans, Hyun replied. The humans have impressive technology, yes, but nothing that explains the term beast or matches what we would classify as a planet-level defense system. Taiho paced the room. Then they're hiding it extremely well. Perhaps underground facilities, or in their ocean depths. Days turned into weeks. Taiho's obsession grew. He reviewed footage of human activities endlessly, looking for clues. He saw humans working in offices, playing in parks, creating art, building structures. They seemed ordinary, though their emotional range was broader than most Confederation species. Perhaps it's a bluff, suggested Do-hyun during a strategy meeting. A psychological tactic to make us hesitate. Taiho shook his head. No. The human called Jisoo spoke with absolute certainty. The beast exists. Meanwhile, limited diplomatic relations continued between Earth and the Confederation. Ambassador Jisoo Park now represented humanity at official functions. Taiho watched her carefully at each meeting, studying her movements, analyzing her words. At a diplomatic reception on the neutral station Epsilon, Taiho finally approached her directly. Ambassador Park, he said with a stiff bow. I've been meaning to ask you about something you mentioned during our first encounter. Jisoo sipped her drink slowly. Yes, Admiral? You referred to something called the Beast. I'm curious about its nature. A small smile appeared on Jisoo's face. Ah, that. It's not something we discuss with outsiders, Admiral. Some things must be experienced to be understood. Is it a weapon? Taiho pressed. It's a capability, she replied carefully. One we hope never to fully deploy. Before he could ask more questions, she excused herself to speak with representatives from another star system. Taiho's frustration grew. His superiors demanded answers. His career now hinged on discovering humanity's secret. The High Council became increasingly concerned about Earth's potential threat level. If they possess a weapon that can neutralize our ships so easily, what else might they be capable of? Minsu asked during a closed session. Taiho had no good answer. The mystery consumed him. He spent hours reviewing Earth's history, noticing patterns of rapid technological development after periods of conflict. Something about these humans was different from other species the Confederation had encountered. In desperation, Taiho authorized more aggressive intelligence gathering. Operatives broke into military facilities on Earth, They planted advanced monitoring devices in government buildings. They intercepted secure communications. One night, Hyun burst into his quarters without announcing herself. Her usual calm demeanor was gone. "Admiral, we've lost contact with the infiltration team at the human lunar base," she said. "All of them?" Taiho asked, alarmed. "Yes. Their last transmission mentioned they were discovered, but then nothing. The humans have made no announcement about capturing Confederation agents." The next day, a private message arrived for Taiho. It contained only text, no video. It was from Jisoo. "Admiral Taiho, your agents have been detained and will be returned safely to the neutral zone tomorrow. This is the only warning you will receive. Further incursions into Earth space will be considered acts of aggression. We value peaceful relations, but we will protect our people. Remember, you still haven't met the beast. I hope you never need to." Taiho slammed his fist against the wall. The humans had known about his agents all along. They were always one step ahead. "Prepare my ship," he told Do-hyun. "I need to see the High Council in person." As his vessel prepared for departure, Taiho stared at Earth on the view screen. The mystery of the beast haunted him. Whatever it was, he would find it. His reputation, his entire understanding of how the galaxy worked, depended on it. Taiho stood before the High Council, now wearing the insignia of a general. His promotion had come with clear expectations: solve the human problem. 6 months had passed since first contact, and Earth remained a troubling mystery to the Confederation. The humans continued to expand their presence in their solar system, Taiho reported. They've established additional colonies on Mars and have begun mining operations in the asteroid belt. High Elder Minsu nodded gravely. "And this beast?" "Still unknown," Taiho admitted. "But I have developed a new strategy to force their hand." The strategy was simple but risky. Taiho would place observation posts closer to Earth, in positions that violated the newly established diplomatic boundaries. If the humans truly valued peace, they would protest, but not attack. If they attacked, it might reveal more about their capabilities. 3 days later, small Confederation outposts appeared near Earth's moon and in orbit around Mars. The human response came within hours, a formal diplomatic protest delivered by Ambassador Jisoo Park. "This is unfortunate," she stated in the message. "Earth has been clear about our boundaries." Taiho ignored the warning. He ordered the observation posts to increase their scanning activity, deliberately probing Earth's defense systems. On the 4th day, something went wrong. The observation post near a populated area of Western North America was discovered by civilians. In the confusion that followed, the Confederation officers panicked and fired warning shots. 3 humans died before Earth forces arrived. The news reached Taiho as he was planning his next move. "General, we have a situation," Do-hyun reported, his voice tight with concern. "Humans are dead." Taiho felt a cold sensation in his stomach. This was not part of the plan. Within hours, a message arrived from Earth. Not from Jisoo this time, but from the Human Defense Council. The message was brief. "Immediate withdrawal of all Confederation forces from Earth space. This is your only warning." The High Council was furious when they learned what had happened. "You have created a diplomatic disaster," Minsu shouted during an emergency session. "There are disturbing patterns in our historical data about species that develop in isolation. The humans must not be provoked further." But Taiho had come too far to retreat now. His obsession with the beast had grown beyond reason. If Earth possessed a weapon or capability that could threaten the Confederation, he needed to know. Against direct orders, Taiho gathered a small fleet of loyal ships. They would target the newest human colony on Mars, a small settlement of scientists and miners. His ultimatum was clear: show me this beast or surrender. The attack began at what was night in the Mars colony. Taiho expected minimal resistance from the civilian outpost. His ships moved into position above the main settlement dome. "Broadcast the ultimatum," he ordered. Moments later, the colony's defense systems activated. They were far more sophisticated than Taiho had anticipated. Energy shields deflected the initial bombardment, while hidden weapon platforms emerged from the Martian soil. Impossible, Do-hyun whispered, as their sensors showed the colony's defenses. This was supposed to be a civilian outpost. The battle intensified. Taiho watched in growing horror as ordinary colonists joined the defense. Miners operated equipment that should not have existed in a peaceful settlement. Scientists coordinated with military precision. Most disturbing was how the humans themselves seemed to change as the battle progressed. Their movements became faster, their reactions sharper. Taiho's sensors showed increased human vital signs, elevated heart rates, surges of chemicals in their bloodstreams, brain activity that defied Confederation medical understanding. "Are we seeing it?" Do-hyun asked quietly. "Is this the beast?" A direct hit rocked Taiho's flagship. Warning lights flashed across the command center. 3 of his ships had already been disabled, their crews forced to evacuate. "Retreat," Taiho ordered finally. The cost was too high. They would withdraw and regroup. As his damaged ship limped away from Mars, Taiho reviewed the battle footage. He focused on one particular human, a woman who had been identified in previous intelligence as a geological researcher. When the attack began, she had been working in a laboratory. By the end, she was operating defense systems with the skill of a trained military specialist. Her physical capabilities had visibly increased during the battle. Taiho sent the footage to his private database. There was something happening with the humans, something beyond normal physiology or technology. Every human in the colony had shown similar changes to varying degrees. A message from the High Council waited when they reached safe distance. Taiho was being recalled immediately. His unauthorized attack could not be hidden or explained away. His ship set course for the Confederation homeworld. Taiho knew his career was likely over, but he had seen something on Mars, something that might explain the beast. Whatever it wasn't a weapon or a ship or a shield. It was the humans themselves. The Confederation Council chamber fell silent as General Taiho entered. His uniform, usually immaculate, showed signs of the recent battle. Burn marks scarred one sleeve. His ship had barely made it back to Confederation space. High Elder Minsu's voice echoed through the vast room. "General Taiho, you stand accused of violating direct orders and initiating unauthorized military action against Earth's Mars colony. Do you deny these charges?" "I do not deny them," Taiho replied. "But the council must see what I discovered." Before he could continue, the chamber doors opened again. Ambassador Jisoo Park entered, accompanied by 2 human guards. Her face showed no anger, only a calm determination that Taiho had come to recognize. "The Earth Defense Council demands a formal apology," Jisoo announced. 7 colonists dead. Families destroyed, essential infrastructure damaged, all because of one officer's obsession. Taiho faced her directly. "Your colonists fought with capabilities far beyond normal civilian training. Every human in that settlement transformed before our sensors. What are you hiding, Ambassador?" A murmur ran through the council members. Jisoo remained silent for several moments, studying Taiho's face. "We hide nothing," she finally said. "What you saw is simply what humans become when threatened." "Impossible," Taiho insisted. "My medical team analyzed the footage. Your people exhibited strength, speed, and coordination beyond your species. Baseline. Your reaction times doubled. Your brain activity patterns changed." Jisoo looked around the chamber, then back at Taiho. "Perhaps it's time to end this misunderstanding. General Taiho, you wish to see the beast. I will show it to you." The council erupted in concerned whispers. Elder Minsu raised a hand for silence. "Ambassador, if you possess a weapon of mass destruction—" "It is not a weapon," Jisoo interrupted. "At least, not in the way you understand weapons. I propose a private demonstration. General Taiho and I, aboard the neutral station Epsilon. Then perhaps this conflict can end." Taiho agreed immediately. Despite his disgrace, he would finally have answers. The council reluctantly approved, on the condition that Taiho would no longer represent the Confederation officially. 3 days later, Taiho arrived at Station Epsilon. He had hidden recording devices in his clothing and a small energy weapon in his boot. If this was a trap, he would be prepared. Jisoo met him in a sealed chamber deep within the station. The room was plain, with only 2 chairs and a large display screen on one wall. "I've waited months for this," Taiho said. "Show me the beast." Jisoo smiled that familiar, calm smile. "General Taiho, there is no superweapon called the beast. There never was." Taiho felt anger rising. "More deception? I saw your people fighting. On Mars. I saw them change." "Yes, you did," Jisoo replied. "What you witnessed is what humans call the beast within. It's not technology. It's biology and psychology, our evolutionary heritage." Taiho stared at her in confusion. "Explain." "Humans evolved differently from Confederation species," she said, activating the display screen. "Your ancestors were always apex predators on your worlds. You evolved in stable environments where logical cooperation was the most efficient survival strategy." Images appeared on the screen. Ancient Earth landscapes, primitive humans hunting and being hunted. "Our ancestors were both predator and prey," Jisoo continued. "We evolved on a dangerous world where survival often meant fighting against overwhelming odds. Our bodies developed emergency systems, what we call fight or flight responses. Can the borrow? Screen showed human medical diagrams, hormones flooding bloodstreams, neural pathways lighting up. When humans face extreme danger, our bodies release chemicals that enhance strength, speed, and reaction time. Our brains shift focus, shutting down unnecessary functions to prioritize survival. Pain diminishes. Limitations fall away temporarily." Taiho watched in fascination as the display showed side-by-side comparisons of human capabilities in normal states versus emergency states. "This is why your intelligence reports were so confused," Jisoo explained. "You observed us in peaceful times. You never saw what stress and danger awaken in us." "But the Mars colonists fought with military precision," Taiho argued. "They operated advanced weapon systems." "Another human trait," Jisoo replied. "We call it hyper-learning under pressure. When survival depends on it, humans can apply knowledge we've only observed, never practiced. It's imperfect, but effective." Stood and walked closer to Taiho. "The beast isn't a weapon we built, General. It's what we become when threatened. Every human carries it within them, the capacity to transcend normal limitations when survival is at stake." Taiho sat in silence, processing this revelation. It was so simple, yet so alien to Confederation understanding. Their species had no equivalent emergency state. They remained the same beings in peace or war. "If what you say is true," he finally said, "then the Confederation has severely misunderstood humanity's potential." "Yes," Jisoo agreed, "and now you understand why we warned you weren't ready to see the beast? It's not something we're proud of or eager to demonstrate. It's a last resort. The primitive part of ourselves we've spent centuries trying to keep contained through civilization and law." Taiho realized his hand had moved unconsciously to the weapon in his boot. He moved it away. The beast wasn't something Ambassador Park could show him in this room after all. It was something he had already seen, on Mars when he had pushed humans too far. Jisoo tapped the screen controls, bringing up new images. "These are historical records," she explained. "Moments when ordinary humans performed extraordinary feats under extreme conditions." Taiho watched in silence. A mother lifting a vehicle that had fallen on her child. A man with no medical training performing complex emergency procedures during a disaster. Ordinary citizens coordinating complex escape plans during floods. "These people had no special training," Jisoo said. "No enhancements, just the human emergency response system activating under stress." She brought up footage that Taiho recognized. The Mars colony attack. The images now included medical data alongside. "This woman is Dr. Sunwoo, a geologist, no combat training. Watch her vital signs as your ships began the attack." Taiho observed the rapid changes. Heart rate spiking. Brain activity shifting patterns. Hormone levels surging. On screen, the scientist moved with increasing speed and precision as the battle Intensified. How long can humans maintain this state? Taeho asked. Hours, sometimes. Then exhaustion follows. It's not sustainable, Jisoo replied. That's why we've never mentioned it in diplomatic discussions. The beast is our emergency system, not our strength. Our true advancement comes from controlling it, not unleashing it. Taeho thought of his own species. Logical, methodical, always in control. They had no equivalent emergency state. Their strength came from technology and strategy, not biological overrides. Show me more, he requested. Jisoo nodded. This is from Earth's history, a conflict we call World War II. The scenes were shocking. Ordinary farmers becoming soldiers, civilians enduring bombing raids with remarkable resilience, prisoners escaping against impossible odds. Throughout our history, whenever humans faced extinction-level threats, the beast emerged. It saved us countless times, but at great cost. Each activation damages the body and mind. That's why we build societies that prevent the need for it. Taeho began to understand. This is why your people resist oversight. You fear that outside control could trigger this response on a global scale. Exactly, Jisoo said. We're not ready for war with the Confederation, not because we would lose, but because we don't want to become what war would make us. Each human can access the beast, but afterward, we must live with what it made us do. She paused, looking directly at Taeho. Your attack on Mars awakened the beast in those colonists. They'll never be the same. Some will have nightmares for years. Others will struggle to control their reactions to loud noises or sudden movements. This is the cost of survival for us. Taeho felt something unfamiliar. Shame. His obsession had caused real harm. Not just physical damage, but psychological wounds that would linger long after repairs were completed. The Confederation misunderstood, he admitted. We saw your emotional nature as weakness. We never considered it might be connected to this capacity. Most species don't understand us at first, Jisoo said. They see our art, our music, our apparent fragility. They mistake our kindness for weakness, our restraint for inability. She turned off the display. We're not ready for war, General Taeho, because unlike you, we don't want it. But we will finish it if forced. Every human carries the beast within them waiting. We've spent our history learning to control it, not because we can't use it, but because we fear what we become when we do. Taeho stood, his mind racing with implications. The Confederation had never encountered a species like this, one that became more dangerous when cornered. Their own evolution as apex predators had given them technological superiority, but removed their capacity for the desperate survival adaptations that defined humanity. I must report this to the High Council, he said. Of course, Jisoo replied. But remember, General, what you've seen isn't our strength. It's our emergency system. Our true achievements are our cities, our art, our ability to choose cooperation, over conflict even when our biology screams for battle. 3 weeks later, Taeho stood again before the High Council. His rank had been stripped, but his testimony was considered essential to understanding the human situation. Humans are not hiding a superweapon, he explained. They are the weapon, each one capable of transformation under threat. Their conscious restraint of this capacity is the foundation of their civilization. High Elder Minsu considered this. Then we have gravely misunderstood them. Yes, Taeho agreed, and provoked exactly what they wished to avoid. A new peace treaty was signed the following month. The Confederation acknowledged Earth as an equal partner in galactic affairs, not a subject world. Taeho, though no longer in military service, became an advisor on human relations. At the treaty signing, he approached Jisoo one last time. Ambassador, I've been thinking about your beast. In all our worlds, we have legends of creatures that transform from peaceful to dangerous when threatened. We called them monsters. You made them your ancestors. Jisoo smiled, and learned to live with them inside us. As Taeho walked away, he found himself repeating the phrase that would eventually become famous throughout the stars, a warning he would give to any species considering conflict with Earth. Pray you never see the beast.